Okay, here's a quick video to show you how to change the chain on the ImoumLive is what they're called. Nice little chainsaw here. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is take the battery off, and then we'll go ahead and take the old chain off and put the new one on. This, I should mention, is a self-tightening chain, and it does work well. So it's a little bit different in taking the chain on and off and tightening. You really don't have to tighten this chain. So just a matter of replacing the chain when it's dull. Okay, first you take your old chain off. You're going to lift the little lever here, up like that, and then turn this counterclockwise. Lift your mud guard, or whatever you want to call that. They call it a mud guard. You got to lift that up away from the chain, and then this lifts straight up. Take note that there's a little post right here, here, and here that go here, here, and here when you go to put this back on. And these little grabbers, or these little prongs right here, will go through the openings on the bar right here and here. And of course, that's the post that this goes over. All right, this is pretty clean. To take it off, put some gloves on, because these are sharp teeth even when they're dull. You can sharpen these, by the way, but I'm just replacing it. So to do that, see, this has a tensioner on here. This is automatic tightening, and it does work very well. But to take the chain and bar off, you've got to push everything that way, and it'll lock. So as I do that, it locks. And then there's teeth that the end of the bar fits in here and here. You got to get it beyond those, so pull it out slightly and lift straight up, and your bar's off. If you need to clean anything up in there, just take your little brush, clean it up. That is pretty clean, but you'll get sawdust and stuff back in there. So we're going to get get rid of the dull, don't get rid of it, you can sharpen them. But you go ahead and get the new chain, the sharp one, and hopefully, I can't tell. Can you see the teeth on there? Anyway, there's a diagram or schematic on the bar that'll show you. But each one of these teeth this tooth right here is what you're looking. This tooth right here is what you're looking at, and there's a point up here that's pointing that way. That point needs to be pointing in the direction that the chain moves, which is when your bar is on here. There's the top of your bar. The chain moves this way. So the teeth need to be pointing in that direction. There's a little schematic right here on the bar also that shows you. I think there's a good diagram in the book. But once you have your teeth pointed in the right direction, if you put it on there and they're not, you'll know. There's also a groove in the bar that chain will ride in. You want to get these, make sure everything's seated in the grooves and sprocket as much as possible. We need to get out from under that. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to keep my fingers holding the chain fairly tight, and then right here, that lever. I want to push it that way, and you'll see the chain tighten up. See how that popped it out? Now the chain and bar are where they should be. Make sure it's seated around the sprocket and in the groove, the bar all the way around. And then again, you're going to take and make sure these little posts and this little grabber here, these two prongs on this grabber are seated down in this bar, and then these posts go in around the body of it. So lift up your mud guard and set it down over the big one first. And that just sat right down in there nicely. If it don't, you just gotta have to finagle it a little bit. But once you're sure it's all closed up and the little 3 posts are in their holes, and you can put your nut back on and tighten it, but not real tight. That is good right there. Once you do, push it down in there. See if your chain's moving. I'm just pulling it this way again. You should have gloves on in case your hands slip. And once you've got that, double check everything. All looks good. So that's how you change your chain. Staying nice and tight. All right, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I put out another video, and share these videos. Have a great day.